Biggest high point of my radio career has been able to uh, touch the lives of so many people and to be able to start a charity that helps so many people. I never got into radio for that. I got into radio because I thought it was going to make me popular and fun and girls would talk to me. And then when I realized the influence that we have and the ability that we have to be life changers for some people that are having maybe a bad day. And honestly, the greatest moment ever is when you get that phone call from somebody that tells you that they listen to your show every single day because it helps them feel better. And that's a pretty awesome thing. I would say probably one of the coolest moments was being able to um, years ago talk to Dick Clark and to say to him, you know, thank you for the fact that he kind of paved the way for so many people in entertainment. And I remember asking him a question on the air because he owned a restaurant in town called Dick Clark's Rockin' something or another. It was at Great Lakes Crossing. And we asked him if we could do a promotion in his restaurant. And we wanted to fill his restaurant up with single moms that after school wanted to take their kids out for dinner, but just couldn't afford it. And we get off the phone with him, and within like 5 minutes, the guy who was his like head guy that ran American Music Awards and ran Dick Clark Productions called us up and said, Dick's giving you the restaurant next Wednesday. You get the whole restaurant to yourself. And I was like, wow, that was pretty awesome that we asked him and he delivered for us. And he was such a legend. I remember, and it wasn't that long ago, at like 8:10 in the morning, we talked to a woman who just finished her last round of chemotherapy. The toughest on-air moment was 9/11, and also the Oxford High School shootings. Any of those moments that honestly are moments where we have to give a little bit of calmness to the listeners and not try to be goofy and, funny. Those moments are tough. But honestly, those are the moments that I think are the difference makers between what we do and, what others might do. I think it's cool that people would come to us in some of the probably more challenging times that we've had. I think, trying to understand that this is a business and this isn't just fun and games is important. I think that, when I first got into radio, I thought it was just fun and games, and I didn't realize the magnitude of how important it was to so many people's livelihoods that we produce for their advertisers. I love our Breaking and Entering Christmas Wish program. I started this thing years ago, having basically borrowed or stolen the idea from the Jeff and Jer show in San Diego. Those guys gave me the blessing. Little Tommy Sablon gave me the blessing to do it. And I just think that there's something really cool about going in and giving Christmas to some family that is struggling either through illness in the family or financial hardship, and to even just for the moment make them understand that there are people that care. I hope that the idea that people could pick up the phone and talk to their favorite radio person never goes away. That's why I think local radio is so important, and I think that live radio is even more important. I think podcasting has been wonderful for us because it's given us the ability to be able to let people hear us when their, time of day is to listen, that they don't have to listen to us just in the morning. But I think it's the live radio that makes our show so special. We work for a leader who is an entertainer. He believes in entertainment. And I think that in all the years that I have been doing this, and I've worked for some great companies, I've never worked for anybody that has told us that we need to understand that this is the entertainment business. And I think that when we forget about that is when we realize that we're probably lost our luster a little bit. And I think that's the reason why the show has been as successful as it has been, is because every day we come and understand that we're blessed to be able to do this, and this is an entertainment business.